Madonna just confirmed today that she's working on new music with Stuart Price. I had this prediction 2 months ago when she teased us a photo of her and Stuart in studio. If you look closely, they are using the same equipment she had during the Confessions era. This is the Rode NT2, which is an entry-level mic they used to record Hung Up back in 2005 and a bunch of other songs for Confessions. And this one is the Sony C800G, also the same mic they used for Confessions, mainly the ones she recorded at Warner Brothers Studios. She also used this mic to record all the songs from Ray of Light. So with this confirmation of working on new music, Madonna has always been quoted that she never repeats herself. But is she to break her own rule and her own standards now by potentially doing a Confessions 2.0?
I don't know, I don't like to repeat myself, don't like to stay in the same place for too long, and I'm in the mood to dance, so...
Initially, I thought this was them re-recording for Confessions because it's approaching its 20th anniversary, and then the possibility of just doing a whole new album that's a continuation of Confessions or something similar. Madonna did confirm back in 2022 that she was mostly focusing on going back to dance.
What music genre would you consider revisiting?
House.
It is, after all, a time to celebrate yet again post-traumatic pandemic.
Because the world needs to dance. We've been through enough, haven't we?
We certainly have.
New house album or Confessions 2.0? What do you guys think? Okay, so for the Easter eggs. Other than the microphones, let's go through a couple of things that I find interesting from this post and her post back in September. A lot of fans have picked up 2 pieces of literature as a reference. One is the book A Sound in Mind, How I Fell in Love with Classical Music and Decided to Rewrite Its Entire History. The book basically tells us that classical music is the birth or history of overall music, how it influenced and gave birth to all other genres out there like jazz, punk rock, pop, and so forth. It's definitely a sign that she's working on this new album like Confessions, in which we're sort of referencing the past, such as her sampling ABBA back in 2005.
It's gonna be in a Madonna song? What the hell?
Well, she asked us so nicely.
Did
You
she?
know, she
Through
did.
her,
Now that she's focused on doing dance music again, is she planning to sample another song out there? I think that's sort of overdone by so many artists these days.
Whatever, we were never good together. Wherever, we're meant to be together.
She could potentially be sampling classical music this time, which I believe doesn't have any strict licensing rules.
They are so naive.
The other piece of literature that we saw was the note All of Us Strangers, which many of us think it's the movie that came out this year. Now, without spoiling you guys too much about the movie, I don't think this is a reference of them going back in the past. The trailers of the movie do certainly feel like the movie's about the lead guy going back in the past, or at least reliving it. But for anyone who has seen the movie, you know that this movie's about something else. And this might be a stretch from how I read this reference, but I have a feeling she's composing a song for her brother, who at that time was still alive. Christopher Ciccone passed away October 4th, 2024, which was a few days after she posted the first teaser of her working on new music. So I'm going to pull this post that she did on October in honor of her late brother. She said that she tried her best to keep him alive as long as possible, meaning Chris was already terminally ill at the time she was writing new music. So this leads me to think that given the time that this new album would be released, which is next year, Chris might be gone at that time. That, and she could also dedicate another song to the passing of her stepmom, Joan, who also passed away this year, which prior to her posting that teaser, Joan was already gone. So this note sort of revolves around the events that happened in September. Also, there's this painting in which its name spells music. This is Ulala Imai's painting called Melody. The name itself is an obvious sign that whatever she's working on here is definitely new music. This version is actually a 2024 re-release or reprint of the original painting, so this was a fresh new purchase from either Stuart Price or Madonna. Ulala herself saw this and thanked Madonna in a post in Instagram. For this new video teaser, the whole family's here. You have Stuart, you have Madonna, the new boy toy, Moses, Esther.
Oh my God, you're still alive. Ladies and gentlemen, Moses has come back.
Also notice that she's on this couch. This is a reference of how she and Stuart used to work back in 2005 and how she recorded the album while sitting in Stuart's couch, just being all chilled and relaxed.
A white couch in it that I would often have nervous breakdowns on.
Another reference here is that there's no one else in the studio but her family, and Stewart. She confirmed in her Song Exploder interview that she hasn't done this kind of recording session since Confessions, as most of her other albums after that were all done in studios versus someone else's flat.
The other thing about the way we worked, and so not my world and my life anymore, is that it was just me and Stewart. There were no other technicians. There were no other people. Stewart did everything. He played all the instruments. He operated everything. He programmed everything. He was the DJ. And I was just the whiny pop star that showed up.
So I'm glad that she's back into the groove with this kind of session, as we're finally getting some happy music from her. So yeah, 2025 is going to be pretty damn good. And it's going to feel like we're in 2005 again. 20 years. Also subscribe to my channel. I'm working on Confessions documentary celebrating its 20th anniversary and a bunch of Madonna essays that's not just about her music. And yeah, bye.